to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Good evening and welcome to Fade to Black Cinema. I'm Michael, your Bougie Black Brother, and I'm here for our weekly movie and TV series review. Today, sadly, I'm reviewing the last of the Marvel Netflix series that has been canceled, which is the Jessica Jones series, which is on season 3. If you saw earlier, it was actually, they had season 1, season 2, but last year around December and November, they canceled Daredevil, and they canceled Luke Cage, as well as canceling Iron Fist, which I don't think that was too big of a deal with the Iron Fist, but it actually was canceled from then. So if you look at why these things is happening, and don't forget the Punisher. The last season was on. It was only 2 episodes. 2 seasons for that. But they canceled that one as well, which was a really, both series was really intense. But they both was really done really well. But again, this came to a close because Disney started wrapping up their acquisition of the Marvel characters, and Disney doing their own TV series on their own channel coming this fall. They decided to kind of grab all the characters together and basically saying, all Marvel characters, anything to do with Marvel, we have the control. And if you really want to see them, you got to subscribe to our channel, which was like really, really selfish, but it's a good business move for Disney. So really can't say anything about that. So with that all said, I think, and based on a lot of, what's his name? The actual, the guy who runs everything for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Jeff Loeb, he's a Marvel TV boss. He basically said, I quote, "Our network partner may have decided they no longer want to continue telling the tales of these great characters, but you know Marvel better than that." So basically, Disney probably gave him an ultimatum and said, you can keep them, but this is how much money you're going to be paying as opposed to what you were paying for them before. So they broke the bank to say you're going to keep them. And Netflix was like, are you kidding me? I'm not paying that kind of money. So they had to probably drop the characters. But what we talk about today is the Jessica Jones season 3 series, which was the cancellation, the last series of all of the Marvel characters that's on Netflix. So with the Jessica Jones, like we said earlier, great character, great heroine, but someone who you can actually know as a person. She's like a real life person that has superpowers and want to do the right thing, but in her mind, she's like, my life is like broken. You know what I mean? Who am I to try to help other people in that sense? So at the close of the last season, you still seeing that she had issues, but knew where her place was. So opening this season, you see she have some assistants that she dealing with. The other people who were actually working with her was a little different as well. The lawyer, she still had her disease and everything that she had to deal with. And then you had her neighbor, the black brother who actually worked for her. What was his name? He's a good dude. His name is Malcolm on the show. He did really, really well. And then the other character, Trish Walker, in the comic books, I think she became Hellcat. You see her transformation of actually have some enhanced powers. I'm not sure you want to say superpower, but enhanced power. So it was kind of really, really interesting to see her transformation going from that. And Krysten Ritter, she's amazing. I just love her as a character. She made actually Jessica Jones really what it is. But anyway, into the season, she's just dealing with the day to day, trying to be the hero who she thinks she could be, but really struggling to even maintain that. So that was an issue. So that made it a lot more interesting to say, well, she's continuing on. But then the caveat that came about was there was somebody trying to kill off a lot of the powered people. And we find that Trish is out there being a vigilante, teaching herself to enhance her powers to be better than Jessica, which Jessica said, what the hell are you doing? You don't even know what you're doing. And, so you see the conflict between them two. So as you see the conflict between them two, it becomes a little more than a sibling rival. She's putting her life on the line, doing certain things, and Jessica's looking at her as like, look, we ain't partners, we ain't nothing. I don't need your help. And it was a crazy back and forth. Then became the actual the real character that was in there, and that guy, it was a who was he? He was a genius, psychologist slash all of these other things. It was a guy who actually was tracking Jessica to say she didn't deserve her powers, and she was taking advantage, and she was a terrible person. So he was trying to set her up to kill her, to say you shouldn't be the person who you are. And I thought that was interesting that the new villain was actually someone that was just a brilliant psychopath, because there's plenty of them out there. And the brilliant psychopath was out to get Jessica Jones and kill her and anyone who actually dealt with her, in order to say, all you superpowered people don't, you know what I mean? You don't deserve your powers, and you're not worthy of, you're not worthy of having your powers and saying who you are, because you don't know the power that you have, and you don't deserve it. And great role. The guy, his name is Jeremy Bobb. He shows up on a lot of shows like some kind of criminal, mean dude. He has an aura of really being a really bad guy. But he did really well. But he was so smart. And even doing the show, Jessica actually says, this guy is smarter than both of us combined. There's no way we're going to easily just overpower him in that way. So it showed that Jessica had to do more than just brute force to get to him. She had to use her detective power. She had to use her reasoning. She had to partner with people. She had to do a lot more, which was a lot harder, especially because this guy tried to kill her and all. But he was that second half when this guy jumps into the fray, really good, really good. But in turn, Patsy Walker, which is her best friend, the so-called Hellcat, that became a whole different scenario too. And I thought that conflict between the two was a really great caveat in the storyline. And you see that became an issue. You see Carrie Ann Moss, who played Hogarth, which is the lawyer that she worked for. She went against her because she was trying to get her firm and everyone up to par. So she went against Jessica too. And it was just so much back and forth with all the different conflicts that she had to go through. And I just thought that was interesting. So this season, I think, was better than the second season. Second season was a buildup of things with her mother in there. And that just, to me, was like, that I didn't think that was a solid, continuation from one. I think this is a great continuation with one, and really closed it out for the series to say, you know who she is, you know who she deals with. Mike Coulter, Luke Cage, he showed up, checking on her. That was good to see, even though he was canceled from his own series, but he exists in that same universe. And to me, that's what made this was pretty cool, because they all was in that same universe. And even though they were together in Defenders, different aspects, the lawyers, the police people, the nurses, all different people who dealt with almost all of them was part of this universe that kind of showed up. But overall, this was a really, really good series. This one was a very good series compared to all the rest. I mean, from the first, the first one blew me away. It was 13 episodes. So 13 episodes, and you get a lot from it. The first half, it kind of wraps up the second season and builds into the second half, which is this guy, Salinger, that Trish, that she just wanted to kill him. She had the fact that I'm going to kill you, and spoiler alert, Salinger actually killed her mother, even though they had problems with her mother, both of them. This crazy dude killed her mother. Wrong choice when you have superpowered people or enhanced powered people. When they come after you, they're gonna come after you, and it's a done deal. But you see what happens when people with power starts doing different things. So pretty cool. It's a good ending to a great series. And I really hope they hold on to these characters, because they created some good personalities and good characters that if Marvel really wanted to start combining people into other TV series, they can actually have them, because they already exist. And people can actually put those together and say, oh yeah, this is the one from the Netflix series, or they belong in this universe as well. We just haven't seen them, but they got history and episodes behind them. So just made it really, really cool. But ending the series of Jessica Jones, really, really worth it. And I'm telling you, between the three, the first and the third were the best two, which really made you look at it like a suspense drama as opposed to a superhero type movie, which I thought was really well done. I'm going to miss the Daredevil and the Punisher. Punisher was amazing. I didn't do a review on that, but the Punisher second series was very, very good. Went a little longer than it should have, but I think it still wound up to be really aggressive, high powered, like the first one. And you cheered this crazy dude on regardless, but really great as well. But anywho, Fade to Black Cinema. Check us out every Wednesday. Every Wednesday we have a movie or TV series review, and check us out on all podcast downloads, whether it's Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, Google Play, Google Podcasts, any of those. We're a part of all of those podcast downloads. Or if you happen to be sitting on YouTube, just check us out and Bougie Black Brother Network, and you'll see the either Urban Lifestyle Cafe or Fade to Black Cinema. We have that playlist that you can see all the movies and TV shows from there. Outside of that, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week on Fade to Black Cinema. Bye.